My name is John Gleason. This is my U number is U399-42666, and today I will be presenting my Tableau project / homework number 2. First we have our data source. This is the data that shows all the age, gender, and preferred cold beverage per day, preferring drinking location. And I always like to review these my data before I actually jump into presenting anything about it. For my first sheet, I named it age versus gender, average age versus gender. We go through each state and we see what each state has gender versus male versus female, and what the average age of those genders are. So, for example, in Alabama, you can see that the average age of a woman is 45.182 compared to the average age of a male, which is 43.846. Compared to somewhere like Florida or Tennessee, where the average age of a male is 45 and the average age of a female is 43.765. So it's good to keep those numbers sort of in the back of your head to see when it's making a difference based on what those drinks they prefer might be. So it's just always good to get those basic charts, and this is a great easy example to read that. So in our next sheet we have averages in relationship status. It's good to know when it comes to relationships as well, we're analyzing this, what the average age of each type of relationship is. So you go through each one of these relationships, you can see that the larger percent of average relationships is married, and the average age of that is 43.008. And then you move around and you can see some of the other smaller percentages are and other marital statuses are moving up and a little bit lower than that average. So for someone who is divorced, it's usually earlier on, by the age of 41. That's only 15% though. And the average age of a domestic relationship, something like dating, would be at 42.739. And then another relationships where you can see where things are older, you can see that people who are single are much older, with an average age of 44.50, and then the widowed, which is even older, is 49.250. On our next sheet we have number of cold brews a day and the average for that. And so we have in each state we can see how many people are having how many cold brews per day in these groups. So the yellow obviously represents sort of the lower areas and below one, and the green is a higher rate. So you can see somewhere like Mississippi they have 1.7083 cold brews per day. That's a lot compared to Florida, who has almost half that amount. So these might be good numbers when it comes to marketing. You can see who you should market to and what states. It's good to recognize this for also along the age and relationship guidelines. You can see where places that have double the amount, you can maybe say how many relationships are there and focus your marketing on that. And for my last sheet, which is one I came up for myself, I did a what preferred cold drink they have and how many times they drink it per day. So things like tap water, iced coffee, diet carbonated drinks, these are all very, very popular drinks in general. You can see those are drank more often than some less popular drinks. You don't see many people drinking sugar carbonated or unflavored sparkling water. Just like in normal daily life, you wouldn't see that normally. So it's good to know what these numbers are, so you can focus on some of the higher things. You want to make sure that you're focusing your marketing on maybe going into tap water or iced coffee or diet carbonated. And for our last, we have our interactive dashboard. You can go through each one of these charts. It's very easy to see here, and you can see for the gender, you can go to female numbers, to male numbers. You can go to whichever area on the pie chart you want to go to check. You can see where there's more concentrated areas here, and still go through all the numbers that they have, as well as picking specifically which drinks might be more or less effective. Thank you so much. Again, my name is John Gleason, and this is Tableau project number 2.